So if you haven't heard, MGM Resorts is going through a massive, crippling cyber attack. Now, a lot of us, it's not going to matter. It's not going to be impactful, but there's a bigger message, and it's something that we need to pay attention to because things are heating up and it's getting very, very critical in terms of what's coming to a precipice, what's coming to a head, and all of the other stuff that's going to happen going into the future. Now, what's the dust is settling now in the sense that, yes, people are coming out and saying, hey, us being the hacker group, we did this. I mean, who knows, whatever's true or not, or made up, or other people just trying to take credit for it, scattered spider. On one hand, you have this ALPHV, Black Hat Ransomware Group, claiming responsibility, and just all these people saying what's what, thinking that they're the source. Now, it could be true. It could not. And I always say, as the first couple of weeks go by, just let the dust settle. Don't just run with it and saying this is what the facts are. Who knows, right? What's factual is that there is evidence coming out of the hotels, and you can even go to the websites, it's closed, that this is actually something that's happening in the sense of it's damaging what MGM is going through. Now, people can't get into, apparently, hotel rooms. There's lines out the wazoo. And then the gambling machines and all that. And again, I'm not citing any of this stuff. This is obviously not biblical for you to be gambling and doing that kind of activity. Stay away from that. But what's a microcosm of what's happening here is what's going to happen in the future if we allow it to take precipice and to take hold, which is that if you centralize power, if you allow certain groups of people to take hold, whether you agree with it or not, whether you agree with this vigilante movement and they're targeting big corporate monsters or behemoths, whatever you want to call it, if you think this is right or not, I'm not answering that question. I'm not here to take sides. Rather, the bigger issue, as I was looking at this news, the Lord was showing me immediately that this is also possible for any other area. You laugh it off. You think it's no big deal. Oh, I mean, I can't get into my room, but they're going to fix it. So it's okay. But look how long this hack has crippled this infrastructure. I've worked in technology consulting. I've worked with large corporate companies of this type of work. And it's shocking, the level of vulnerability that people have with regards to their security infrastructure, their platform, their architecture, all of the stuff that's behind the scenes. And yet we laugh it off like it's some conspiracy theory, like it's not going to happen with the elections. It's the safest election in history and any other thing. Once you go electric, once you have any way, whether it's social engineering, whether you have some kind of backdoor rootkit access, whatever it is, you think it's all fine and dandy until it affects you and your lifestyle. You gave up control for your financial well-being, the banks getting hacked. You gave up your control for a car that's self-driving, that's going to take you wherever. You gave up your control to your locks, to your doors, to the access of whatever it is. And yet, as soon as one hacker comes in and does this, that's the end. And so people are laughing at this. They're not taking it seriously. But again, it's just it's indicative of what may happen in the future as you centralize and as you give control or allow the possibility of control to a group of people that is going to take it and use it for nefarious means. And so I'm saying this because a lot of us right now, we're not seeing the precipice that's building up right now, this whole warfare, the good and the evil, and just white hats, black hats, whatever you want to call it. People are really making a fuss with this last-ditch effort. Now, I'm not saying this is tied or connected to all of the other political stuff that I usually talk about, or if it's an isolated incident. The media, they're covering it to some degree, but who knows? Again, just like the other, and this is coming to mind, September 11th, just the anniversary just came around. And of course, people are bringing up the age-old conspiracy theory of what happened, right? Pentagon, was that a plane? Bringing up World Trade Center, Tower 7, just many other things. Again, I'm not here to push anything, just asking questions. But the same thing goes for whether it's that or whether it's the 2017 Las Vegas shootings. Go look up the helicopters that had flashing lights that looked like machine guns. Go look up the window that was actually cracked open at Mandalay Bay. Go look up the direction, the sounds, just the different stuff. People laugh it off like it's conspiracy. Go look up Salman, Saudi Arabia, their participation and their whereabouts. Go look up the assassination attempt on Salman. Go look up all these things and just what this means, the significance. Trump getting the red carpet for Saudi Arabia and many other issues. Do a deep dive into this and you will see that there's more than meets the eye. The same goes for events like this, especially in the cyber warfare. Cyber warfare is going to increase. It's going to be a big part, as is the AI movement, of what's to come in the future. It's going to shape your perception of reality. It's going to dictate how you think. It's going to social engineer what the future, what facts, what this whole paradigm, right, of reality. It's going to shape that into what you think is truth and facts when it really isn't. And so again, be wary of this, be mindful, stay prayed up, because you have to have a guarded heart. And if you're laughing this off like it's no big deal, it's okay to give up your power, your energy supply, the switches and buttons for people to turn you off and on, the stoves and all this stuff. It's no big deal. This is how, whether it's in good hands and you think it's fortified and it's controlled and it's unhackable, look at what happened here. If you give this control over to the wrong hands, then you're in trouble. You won't be able to get into your room, your house. You won't be able to drive your car. People, again, will laugh it off. But look at what's happening. Go look at the on-the-ground footage of what's occurring at MGM right now. It's a chaotic mess. They're downplaying it, but I can assure you, if I was a tech consultant and still working like at my corporate accounts, these guys would be billed at thousands of dollars an hour to try to fix this problem. They would be throwing millions of dollars because they're panicking right now. And this is also occurring within the deep state. They're panicking. They are at their end. And this last-ditch effort, white hats, black hats, the psyops, all of this control, it's happening right now. We're living through it. It's going to get intense. Prepare for October. People call it Red October. Prepare for November. Prepare going into 2024. Be ready. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.